Hey everyone, Manga7 here. How we doing today? Welcome to another Dragalia Lost video. This is going to be a resource video. This is brought to you by Puppers, also known as Eugen Red, I think. That's the distributor of this. Thank you so much for your fantastic work, and I hope we get a bunch more tools like this in the future. So the first one we're looking at, we have two, by the way, spoiler alert. I haven't played with the second yet, but I'm excited to try it out. So this is a weapon calculator. It tries to help you decide what weapon is worthwhile making. It is also really good for figuring out how much a weapon's going to cost, all sorts of shenanigans like that. Also, before we get into this, if you have any recommendations or features you'd like to see in this, I'm pretty sure if you send Puppers a message, I'm not sure how, to be honest, maybe I can add that in the description. I know they're on Discord and on stream all the time. So let's take a look at the most asked unit and weapon, which is Lily and her wand. Let's take a look at how much that'll cost. We'll click on wand here, we can click on rarity, or we can click on element water, and here we go. This is what we have. We're left with a Rata Tears. Side note, I would like to be able to see which ability this has some way. Maybe like a button down here where I could click it and see if it's like a damage ability or something like that. I'm not sure if that's necessary, but I guess we'll see. And we can also do stuff like add one of them, and one click of a button we can see that it adds all the requirements to make it. So to make this wand, 120,000 rubies, and this is just for the wand, not for the prereqs, by the way. 10 Abyss Stone, 30 Bewitching Wings, and 50 Azure Signias. Side note again, Puppers, I wouldn't mind being able to click on this right here and seeing where it drops if that's a thing that's doable. Oh, there's the skill right there. There is the skill. So increases the user's defense by 25% for 10 seconds. Nice, nice, nice. And again, this is why I don't recommend Lily's weapon, is because I don't like Lacrimil protection. It also shows the max HP and strength, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so let's remove these now. We can also modify quantity. We can add 5 of them for $720,000 or rubies. All those shenanigans, but let's clear that up. And if we want to start from scratch, what we can do is just add all prereqs. And this adds the Rod of Tears, but it also adds the requirements to make those Rod of Tears. So we can see the total here goes up to 320,000 rubies, and that's to make the entire weapon. So to make one tier 4 or tier 3 elemental 4-star, I said that wrong, but you know what I'm trying to say, is 320,000 rubies and a lot of materials, it looks like. But that's fine. That's actually not too many rubies in the grand scheme of things, so the more I do this, the more I use this tool, the more I think it might be worth it, especially with the power level they give you compared to 5-star weapons. So let's take a look at 5-star tier 2 weapons, which is another one I often recommend people make. Let's go to rarity, 5-star here, let's go to none. Let's just filter it out into tier 2. This is the one I made for my Lily here, so we can add all the prereqs, and we can see it costs 275,000 rubies. So way more materials as well, by the way. So I honestly think this 5-star tier 2 wand, which is what I'm using right now on my Lily, is less strong than the 4-star elemental. Even though I have a damage ability, I'm not quite sure how it compares. But the thing is, it's 50,000 rubies less. And that's not a lot. But when you consider this also leads into an elemental weapon, if that's your thing, that's the big reason for me to go with this instead of the elemental weapon. You'll be a little bit weaker for a bit, but then you'll be much stronger later. Another good thing to consider here as well is when I made this wand, I was expecting to make Lily's elemental weapon first. So if I was to make a 4-star Ellie Lily's weapon, it would just be a complete waste because I go right in to make a 5-star Ellie weapon for her instead, and that 4-star Ellie would just sit there doing nothing. So when you are going to make a 4-star elemental weapon, I know I'm getting super sidetracked here, but it is what it is. When you're going to make a 4-star Ellie weapon, make it for somebody that's not your main, that you don't want to make your 5-star Ellie weapon for right away, because that just maximizes your efficiency, and you'll use that weapon for a long time, like a really, 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 really long time. And now to get really spooked here, let's see how much it costs to make an actual 5-star elemental weapon here. Okay, so it takes 200 Royal Insignias, that's easy. 1125 feathers, I hope that's easy. 475 wings, 155 cores, 7 sands, and this is the big part. We're only recently getting 7 sands to be able to do this, and 2.275 rubies. So if you want to know what you're in for, this is it. This is why the endgame grind in this game is so nuts, and if you really want to go ham on this, and you do eventually, this is something everybody will be working towards, we can add a max unbound one for a total of 11.375 million rubies. So yeah, there you go. That's nutso. Like, that is super duper nutso. And there you go. So this is the tool I've been using. I've been really enjoying it, and I hope you do too. And if you have any suggestions, send them a message. I will try to figure out how. But I would really recommend to pick this up and just use it every now and then. Get it in your head, because the important part is, if you take a look at this one here, we have where are they? No, not this one. If you take a look, sorry, this is such a bad fumbling video, but it is what it is. Take a look at this weapon here. We'll add all the prereqs. We can see that it takes ancient bird feathers 150. But let's clear it out and go to the sword instead here. Let's go to the fire sword, since that's the one I'm trying to make for my alt, and we'll add all the prereqs. And we can see it takes 150 granite instead. And this is my roadblock right now. I have 1 billion feathers and no granite, so something to keep in mind. If you are wanting to make a weapon, try to see what materials it takes and farm those ahead of time, because it's not just your facility level, it's not just the rupees. There's a ton of things that can be blocking away. So let's get into the fun part now, and that is the tier list calculator. So you can see I already put Best Girl in S+, because why would I not put her there? Let's see who else is here. Is there a search? This is my first time ever opening this. Random tier list, interesting. Did they put... No, they put Hawk in S-. Okay, that's completely wrong. So I'm not sure if you can manually move things in. You can see a bunch of the text here, and you can import, edit, export it. So we'll put Hawk where he belongs here. Let's also put Nefaria where she belongs. Let's also put Elisan. Ooh. How does it distinguish regular Elisan and Halloween Elisan? Okay, so I'm not sure how to do this. So let's put regular Elisan into S+ as well. Well, we found her. That's one way, so it seems like it overlaps. That one goes first. I'm guessing the same with Edward. If we put Edward into S, it brings up Minor Edward. Minor Edward, Baby Edward, I'm not sure what to call him. So yeah, long story short, this seems like a really cool tool to do too. And we can also, by the looks of things here, we can export. So let's just go back, let's clear it out, set it here, let's import, paste it, and then we've got our tier list. So it's really easy for you to kind of pass between friends, have fun that way. Like I said, I'm not really a huge fan of tier lists. You can also customize your tier list as well. So let's add super bad. How do we... This here. Okay, we're getting there. Get rid of customized tiers. Let's search for Hawk. There. Now we fixed it. Yeah, so there you go, guys. A bunch of tools. If you want to play with them, they're here. I just thought I would have some fun with this. Try to do a more casual video. Just kind of mess around with these for a little bit. The links will be in the description below. They are from Eugen, Red, and or Puppers. So really happy about that. And really cool. From my small usage with this, I would love a way to toggle 5-star units to toggle 4-star units and click and drag them. I don't know if that's a thing, but I would like to be able to drag him down here to like under Superbad and be done with it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always, and I will see you later. Have a great day now. Bye.